Welcome to the Prepare to Repair Show with your host, RJ Graham Plumbing's very own Steve Suarez. For the next hour, Steve and his expert guest will help take the fear out of home improvement by answering homeowner questions. Gain valuable information from Steve's 20-plus years of experience to help you save valuable time, money, and frustration on your next home repair project. Become an empowered homeowner and prepare to repair.
Good afternoon. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the Prepare to Repair Show. If you're new to the show, my name is Steve Suarez, and I am the owner of RJ Graham Plumbing and the host of the Prepare to Repair Show. And if you've been listening to us for following the show for the last few weeks, thank you for listening. And if you're new to the show and you're about ready to turn it off, please don't. Okay? I think you're going to be in for a treat. So, and plus, if you were on the radio, I'd listen to you. So I appreciate that. So on today's show, our guests will be Val and Kristi from the Veterans Commission of Will County and Tom Maslowski from What's Going Down in Downtown J-Town, which I really like this guy, but he always brings us with some good food, and I am hungry at the end of each show, and so it's a love-hate relationship, so I'm glad to have him on. And so we got some announcements here. I got my sidekick here. It's Silent Al. She doesn't really say anything. It's my daughter. She's my basically my moral support here, and she doesn't really say anything. She just gives me the smile and thumbs up when I do great, and when her eyes get really big in her head when I say something stupid that I'm going to get in trouble for. So right now I'm getting smiles and thumbs ups. So but I got some announcements here. As always, I'd like to talk about some of the things that we're doing. So I'm going to get to those. Tune in to the Rock and Roll Diner on 95.9 The River, where the featured restaurant of the week is Draft Picks in Naperville. Listen for your chance to win a $25 gift card sponsored by us, RJ Graham Plumbing. We are also giving away a few gift cards on this show as well. Text your comments or questions or just any advice to the show at 708-964-5500. I also want to thank everyone for their submission for our July 2nd Senior Day. The spots are now full, and due to overwhelming response, it is definitely something we will do again in the future. So thank you all for getting involved in that and taking advantage of that. This Sunday, the 4th of July, RJ Graham Plumbing will be participating in the Village of Mokena's 4th of July Parade. It kicks off at noon, starting at LaPorte Road and Mokena Street. So come out and enjoy the fun. We will be tossing out candy and possibly some other cool stuff. So we'll be tossing it out. We're not going to be throwing it at people. That would be rude. So, and I've got a tip of the week. And it's the tip of the week because, well, I'm on every week. If I was on every day, it'd be the tip of the day. So the tip of the week is regarding leaks that most people get in their ceilings from, say, a bathroom above. The most common source of those leaks is your toilet seal. And there's a lot of products on the market to fix that, which is usually a wax ring, tried and true, been around for years. And that is usually the cause of the problem. But there's new products out there that people have mentioned that are supposed to be better than the existing products, wax ring. It's made of a neoprene or a foam type of material. Now, obviously, the common cause of most of your leaks from your bathrooms above coming down to the main floor are from the toilet seal. Is a wax ring. So I recommend using wax rings instead of these newer products because it's a product that has been made or has been around, been time tested, used for many years, and it's a go-to. Now, all products that are new and just out there have their own applications. So this particular product is no exception. So after the break, because we've got some great guests coming up. After the break, I will give you the little more of this tip, or not after the break, towards the end of the show, I will give you the reasons why I'm not a big fan of this particular product in certain applications and when I would say to use it. So coming up after the break, we will have Val and Kristi from the Veterans Commission, or Veterans Assistance Commission of Will County. And we're going to talk to them about the great things that they do.
Welcome back. Your dreams were yours.
Welcome back to the Prepare to Repair Show. I am your host, Steve Suarez with RJ Graham Plumbing. And joining us today is Val and Kristi with the Veterans Assistance Commission. How you doing, guys?
Very good. Happy Monday.
Very good. Thanks for having us on.
Awesome. I appreciate you guys for being on, because I want to tell you, doing this show for the short time that I have learned so much about the area and the community and just all these different things I didn't know about. And one of the things that came to my attention was the Veterans Assistance Commission I learned from the folks here at the radio station. So I wanted to talk to you guys because I wanted to know more about it and to get the word out over some of the great things that you guys do.
Yeah, we appreciate that. A lot of times, veterans, and people in general don't know what's out there to help them until they're in crisis and they need help. So the more people we can reach before, the bottom falls out so they know where to go, just makes it everybody's life easier. So thank you so much for having us on.
Now, what is for our listeners that may not know or may be unfamiliar, what is the Veterans Assistance Commission, and what exactly do you do?
So the Veterans Assistance Commission has actually been around since about 1906, where, after the early wars, the states and the counties were recognizing that veterans needed help. So they began this thing called the Military and Veterans Assistance Act, which it's called today as well. And what we do is we help veterans, their widows, family members, and children get linked up with any services that the VA and, federal offices provide specifically for vets. So here in our office, which is located at 2400 Glenwood Avenue in Joliet, we help veterans, widows, and their children get connected with education services and scholarships they may qualify for. VA benefits, service-connected benefits. So if you were injured during your time in service, we can help build that bridge where it shows that injury is still affecting you today, and it helps, bring some additional income into your house. Non-service connected pension, senior veterans care with aid attendance benefits, and helping everybody just get connected and get the financial assistance that they qualify for from the VA. And then beyond the VA financial assistance, the act that we're formed under also specifically talks about indigent veterans, so homeless veterans or low to no income veterans. So we also offer financial assistance coming from the county general fund to help keep veterans in their homes and off the streets, or help getting them off the streets and to a home.
Now, is this something that veterans are informed about, or is this something that they have to seek out?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's both. So like I said before, usually a veteran will seek out help once they need help, but that doesn't mean they're necessarily informed on everything that's out there prior to needing that assistance. But we try to, pre-COVID, we did a lot of community outreach and spread things around, and now we're starting that up again. So hopefully they don't really have to seek us out as hard as they may have had to during COVID. Hopefully we'll find them out in the community.
Okay. What I was actually kind of referring to was the fact of some of these programs and some of these organizations like yours, sometimes when there are veterans out there, they may not know about a lot of these programs that are out there or any of this assistance that is offered, and that they probably would have taken advantage of had they know about. And some of this stuff is kind of, they can keep it hidden, or it's just not readily available as far as the information, I should say, of what you offer is available. That's why I was asking that.
Yeah, so we do our best to go out and spread all the stuff that veterans and their widows and their children and their family qualify for. But also most of our clientele that comes to the VAC is either referred by another agency or community partner that we work with, or, word of mouth. Because veterans generally go to other veterans for help before they'll go into some unknown building.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, but I just had one of my good friends. He is passed away about 10 years ago. He was a Vietnam veteran, and when he was filling out paperwork and trying to get certain benefits, it was just hearing him talk about it was an uphill climb. Every time that he needed something, it was just where he was going. They just kind of it was just trying to get the information. So the fact that you guys are out there being able to give that information and provide that help to navigate that, it's a good thing.
You know what? And that's a good point, and it's a common story amongst a lot of vets. It's the paperwork, and that's actually what we specialize in when it comes to VA services at like Hines Hospital or Jesse Brown. The paperwork is overwhelming. They all have like these foreign numbers on them and dashes, and it's not in like normal language. So our team here is actually certified by the Department of Veterans Affairs, and we are trained every year specifically on that paperwork. So to us, when we start talking about a 21-0966, we can talk about it amongst each other because we know exactly what we're talking about. But you go out into the community and you say, hey, have you filled out a 21-9066? People are like, what are you talking about? And it's an intent for benefits, like a reservation that saves that date for you. But me asking them VA language, it doesn't work. But we specialize in that paperwork, and all of our services are free.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Like I said, when he was telling me this, I was just like, and that was the first time I heard what it's called a DD-214. I'm like, what is that? And apparently he had to get that, and he had to go through a lot. I mean, this was many years ago, and he was just getting really frustrated with getting some of that information to move forward. So it was kind of interesting. That's why when I heard about your organization, I was like, okay, I got to get this out there, because there may be some people out there that obviously listen to the station here and know about it, but if they don't, then it's definitely something that needs to be out there.
For sure. And that DD-214 is literally your golden ticket to anything in the veterans world. And we work with our Will County clerks, because sometimes guys would have filed those back in the day when they came back. That was like the thing to do. And now they're all kept at NPRC, which is the National Personnel Records Center in St. Louis. We order from there and get those DD-214s into the hands of veterans.
Wow. See, I learned a lot I wasn't a veteran. I've never was in the service, but I greatly appreciate and respect for all who served and gave everything, for this country of ours. And that's why another reason it's 4th of July, celebrating the birth of this nation. And even though we've had ups and downs, I still feel it's best country on earth. So I love it here, and and I just want to celebrate all the men and women that actually that gave everything for it and love it as much as I do. So I wanted to ask you, though, get off my little soapbox for a minute. You said you have many branches available that help. What other organizations do you team up with that are at your disposal to be able to help provide the help that these veterans may need?
I'm going to let Val answer this question, because she does this every day with the referrals and stuff. So Val?
Okay. I'm here. Yes. So, yes, absolutely. First of all, thank you so much for having us again. Just not to be redundant, but the VAC is an amazing team and an amazing service that not enough veterans know about. I, too, am a civilian. I work in housing specifically, but my background is healthcare and just general social service. So I always refer to my coworkers on any, I want to say veteran, that's what I call kind of questions, benefits, everything that you just previously mentioned. My expertise is in housing, And I am, just because of my experience in Will County and time that I've been working here, I can link veterans and their other, loved ones or people that they care about with other resources. So be it even, we just literally came from a hotel where we have some veterans housed temporarily while we link them with resources. So we had how many agencies, Kristi, on site? Three agencies on site to help get them to the next step. And we have agencies in Will County that bring in food boxes, so we were making sure that we had enough of those go out to the folks that need them. So there is really no ask too small, and the resources are here. We definitely take every measure to get veterans and their families linked to with whatever they need. And donations, we're always grateful for. Speaking of, I believe it was, did you give us a Sills Chop House gift card and Gatto's gift card?
Yes, we sent some gift cards from actually Memorial Day show that we did. We had they were donated to us, and we also had a couple listeners who won in the giveaway, and they donated them as well. They wanted it specifically to go to veterans.
Right, and that's what it's all about, exactly. So, I've spoke at veteran clubs over Memorial Day weekend, actually, and just let people know. And again, I started to work at the VAC just before the pandemic, like weeks before. So that changed the shape of what I did. But now I'm out and about a little bit more, and I do constantly promote the benefits that it's just a phone call to call the VAC to find out exactly what's available, what you need. I do work with homeless veterans, homeless families, and we are by and large just trying to link them with the larger resources that, as you pointed out right at the top, that just people aren't aware that exist. So it is a lot of acronyms. I learned as I came into the veteran community, a lot of letters, a lot of paperwork, and I've tried myself to look through the VA website, and I've gotten confused, so I can't even imagine, especially some of our older, Vietnam veterans are a pretty regular population that do need help and reach out to help, and they just need some assistance going through some pretty complicated things.
Before I let you go, I wanted to ask if there was somebody like, say, such as myself, a layman, or just anybody listening, if they wanted to after listening, help out and assist in any way, how would they be able to help out if they wanted to, or donations or anything that you may need?
Yeah, so you can just start out by calling the VAC office, and you probably will get referred to myself. I certainly can take in calls and speak to any folks that are interested. No donation is too small. Gift cards are always needed, as you can imagine, for gasoline, with the prices of gasoline, but we don't have a lot of space for donations. That's kind of the downside. So we get offered some amazing donations like hospital beds, et cetera. We don't have that physical space at this time. And if someone would like to donate a storage space, that would be incredible. But I do just case by case talk to the people that are willing to donate, as well as any other VAC staff. So if they're busy, I certainly will take their call.
Fantastic. I appreciate you guys being on the show. I appreciate you giving the information on it. And I would like to see if we can, I'll message you, Kristi, and see if there's anything that we can do from, RJ Graham Plumbing and the show to, assist you a little bit, make some donations. I know we have a couple gift cards, and we've got restaurants that we always talk about in the area that I'm thinking that they would be interested in maybe donating some gift cards as well. So anything we could do to help.
Perfect. Can I make a request too?
Sure.
Sorry. So we're actually in need of landlords right now. Any landlord that's looking out there that would like to rent to veterans and work with us and become our partner, any available units across Will County, we don't really have geographical borders when we're looking for units, because we do work with community partners that extend outside of Will County. But any landlords, because we have some of the gift cards that we received from you guys went to our our veterans that we're actually they're in a hotel right now because they're homeless. So we would like to get them housed. But we need some units. We need landlords.
Get some sustainable housing there, long-term housing.
Yeah.
Yes, take some pressure off them. Mm-hmm. Exactly, because once you have that, the roof over your head and the shelter, the road starts. The road gets a lot easier from there. So that's
absolutely.
Well, what we'll do is, you got the word out, and we will also we'll put it out there on our Prepare to Repair radio Facebook page, and just get the word out so anybody who is listening, we can see what we can drum up. So I appreciate you guys being on the show. And if somebody wants to reach you if it's any landlords that have units available or anything else that they want to donate or any help they want to give, how would they reach you?
The office, it's 815-740-8389. Or we have a Facebook page. If you just go to Facebook and, put in the search box VAC Will County, will pop up there. And then we also, we have an email address. It's V as in Victor, A as in Alpha, VACWC at willcountyillinois.com.
Fantastic. Thank you both for being on here. You guys are doing a great job, and keep it up. Many people are depending on it, and you're providing a great service to everybody out there.
Thank you so much. And thanks to all your listeners, too. We appreciate all their support.
Fantastic. Thank you. You guys have a great 4th of July.
Yes, you too.
You too.
Take care.
Okay, coming up after the break, I will welcome Tom Maslowski with What's Going Down in Downtown.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your
Welcome back to the Prepare to Repair Show. I am your host, Steve Suarez, with RJ Graham Plumbing. And I want to thank Kristi and Val from the Veterans Assistance Commission for joining us. And if you have any questions or want to reach out to anybody from the show here, you can send us a text at area code 708-964-5500. And coming up, I want to welcome my great buddy, great guy, great food guy, great entertainment all-around guy, Tom Maslowski with What's Going Down in Downtown J-Town. How you doing, my friend?
Not too bad. I'm a little groggy today. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little tired, and I have no idea why. I slept plenty.
It was. I've had that kind of weekend too. So I've had that. It's just one of those. Just went. It not real busy, but it's just one of them weekends. You know what I mean?
There was a lot going on. There was a lot of changing up. There was a lot of crazy weather and a lot of people having to switch plans up at the last minute. And everything's fine. Went cool, good times, but it was a little strenuous. It was a nonstop weekend for me here. So
awesome.
But I enjoy that. I cannot lie. If I just sit there, I start to lose my mind. So
well, I've actually had to run out on a call yesterday. Customer had an issue with something, so I went to go check it out, which is what I do. I make sure that everybody's taken care of because, the buck begins and ends with me. That's where that's the way the company rolls. It begins and ends with me, and everything falls in place from there. So, and
I'm sure your employees appreciate that greatly, as well as your customers.
Well, one of the things that sets us apart is our warranties and our customer service. And again, I want to make sure that every experience is the best they can have. We're not perfect, and usually we're coming into a stressful situation, and we don't want to add to that stress. We want to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. So that's why I will do what it takes to get it done, and that's why we have the warranties we do. So. But enough about me. Let's talk. What do we have going on? What do you have to talk about today? Because I know I'm going to be hungry.
I did notice as I was tooling around on Facebook in between chaos, I saw that Migraine, and I think they've been Migraine Brewing in downtown Joliet. They're located on 50 East Jefferson Street in Joliet. It's in the train station. It's in Union Station train station, basically.
Really?
And Yeah, it's great stuff. It's like, a gastropub type thing. And I guess maybe I'm using that phrase without really knowing what it means, right? They are a craft brew pub. They have, I think, like at least 15 beers on tap at all times. They have all different kinds of food, all in-house made, very high quality, kind of foodie type food. And I noticed, and now I think we've talked about this before, I'm not really a Bloody Mary guy. I should be. It's like all the things that I love. It's food on top of booze made with tomato juice, and it's spicy. For some reason, I can't do it. However,
every time you say Bloody Mary, I can't help but think of Bug's Life with the mosquito at the bar. I don't know if you ever seen it.
We did talk about this.
I mean, Bloody Mary. Oh, positive.
Right.
My daughter's laughing here. I don't know. It never gets old. I guess, I'll always be 10. So go on. I'm sorry.
You and me both. So this particular Bloody Mary has a chicken Parmesan sandwich on a pretzel roll on top of the Bloody Mary. I'm staring at the page, at the photo right now, and I wish we were doing video because sometimes I just look at it and it cheers me up. You know what I mean?
You know what? If anything, from doing the show, I'm listening to just some creative ideas that people have. And again, I'm a firm believer. I may not like it or I may not be a fan of it, but you know what? I'm going to appreciate what you're doing and appreciate how you got there and that you're doing it. So I love that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
For those that are Bloody Mary lovers, you're going to want to have maybe 3 of these just because, I think I just want the sandwich. Can we just go and be honest and all right, I'll drink the Bloody Mary, I suppose, but I kind of want this chicken Parmesan sandwich. I'm literally staring at it right now, kind of in awe. They're open now Wednesday through Fridays, 4 to 8 p.m., Saturday, noon to 8 p.m., and then they have their Sunday brunch, which everybody raves about. I don't usually up that early. I'm a musician, and I usually, sleep till noon. So on Sundays, they have the 10 a.m. brunch. It goes until 2:30 p.m., and that's where this. I think it's a bottomless. Let me read the whole thing. There was a bottomless beer mocha happening along with this insane Bloody Mary. So what the deal was. Yeah. So $20 bottomless beer mimosas with the purchase of any meal. So if you get this insane Bloody Mary sandwich, then you can also have bottomless beer mimosas from beer made in the brewery, not just, the stock stuff, if you will.
And this is at Migraine Brewery? Or Brewing?
Migraine Brewing Company. It is in downtown Joliet. It's 50 East Jefferson Street. It is in the Union Station train station. So it's on the one-way street. Now there is plenty of parking, and especially on the weekends, most of those restrictions you're seeing are for the day, during the day when everyone's, delivering things and there's trucks everywhere. So after 5 o'clock and on the weekends, the parking is much more relaxed. Plenty of places to get you there when you need to. It's a beautiful building. They have lots of local art actually hung inside. They have a lot of pieces from Ruben Calderon, who used to have an art gallery actually right where the Strange and Unusual art gallery is. Great environment. It's definitely family friendly. It's not like a bar. You can bring the kids and stuff like that, have a good time. No one's getting rowdy and belligerent in there. Great food, like I say, great environment. They've been there for a while. Also brings me to Bicentennial Park. A couple things going on this week. So they have shows going on, usually outdoors. Everyone's of course still trying to feel things out a little bit, but they have a beautiful band shell at the Bicentennial Park. That is on 201 West Jefferson Street in Joliet this Thursday. So they do their Concert on the Hill series. It's on Thursdays. This week is Alex Hoffer Band, and I forgot the name of the clogging troupe that goes on before the Alex Hoffer Band. 2 acts, July 1st, starts at 6:30. Bring your chairs. There is refreshments and concessions there. Very affordable stuff. And then on July 3rd is their Independence Day celebration. Arbor Creek and Dan Doherty will be playing that night. Two really, really, really good bands. Alex Hoffer Band is amazing. I cannot speak for the clogging troupe as I have never seen them clog. However, I'm sure it's outstanding if they've been invited to the Billy Liemacher Bicentennial Park. How do you feel about clogging?
I really have to plead ignorance on it because the only time when I think of clogging, I think of the commercial for Geico. I think it was with renter's insurance where the neighbors were a troupe that were clogging up above them and they were getting frustrated.
Well,
so that's what I'm thinking of. And I can tell you, am I wrong on this? Because, I mean, that's what's popping into my head. So,
well, I think the clogging craze will be much more professional than what we saw in that Geico commercial. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I think it's going to be top notch.
All right, so I'm not a complete moron here. I'm actually on the right track.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good. All right. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that that's what I'm thinking of, and I kind of feel for the neighbors living below that you've got a dancing troupe above. We might want to have a conversation once or twice a day.
There'll definitely be some conversing, but I'm sure these cloggers are very polite and they always practice on the ground floor. I'm sure of it.
Fantastic. That's
It'll be.
This week's show, because we're going to be with next Monday being the 5th and the holiday being on the 4th, we will be off on the 5th. So this show will be re-aired. So is there anything that's going on afterwards that we may want to throw in there? And after that, I gotta talk to you on a serious note because I need some help.
There is always something going on. I wanted to talk a little bit about Mojo's in Plainfield because Jamie does a lot of great things for the community. They started up, there's a lot of local events there now. So you're going to see music, you're going to see open mic nights. There is comedy night. They've been doing fundraiser benefit shows for different people that need help in different organizations. I know personally that she makes meals and brings them to people in need. She felt bad when I totally just was ungraceful and broke my ankle and brought us a meal. So I really think that, Jamie and Mojo's really deserves to have a shout out. It is a really good restaurant. It's a bar, man. They get down there. They enjoy themselves till 1 or 2 a.m. Monday through, it's 7 days a week. They're open from 9. I'm sorry, they open until 9. The kitchen's open until 9. I'm sorry. Sunday through Thursday. Friday and Saturday, they're open until 10. The bar is also open until 2 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Great food. If you like Cajun food, I would highly, highly suggest this. I've had their seafood jambalaya. The hunks of seafood in there were out of control. It was the biggest portion of food I have seen from a Cajun place. It was affordable. It was very high quality, very tasty, very spicy. No chlorine or fishy smell coming from the seafood. It was very fresh. I can't say enough about it. Now, you're talking about things to look for during the week. There is going to be stuff. I know July 10th. I don't know if anyone is into Ween. It is a really crazy rock band. They're very dramatic. And a few friends of ours started a tribute band called Fluffy. They will be at Chicago Street Pub on July 10th. Chicago Street's doing something very interesting. And it's partially because of just, the theme around everywhere right now is the lack of employees, right? So as they're trying to build their staff back up, because their staff had to go, other places during everything. Everyone was trying to do what they had to do to survive. But I think the bright side, the upside of this is that now Chicago Street Pub does matinee shows, so to speak. So the pub opens from from noon to 6. The bands go from 2 to 5. There's usually no cover. I don't know when that will change. There used to be cover charge at the door, but we're just we're happy to be out and playing and all that kind of thing. So I think they're keeping that on the DL for a little while. You can always find things at Elder Brewing Company. I heard that the Drunken Donut is going to be booking shows again. The Electric Open Mic Night, the Electric Wednesdays, they call it, is going to be starting back up in a couple of weeks here. That's what I got. You had a serious question, you said.
The question I wanted to ask, did you catch the tail end when you called from the two women from the Veterans Assistance Commission?
I did, and I actually posted a link to their Facebook page on the What's Going Down in Downtown J-Town page just now.
Fantastic. If we can see if we can throw some ideas out there, maybe reach out to some people that may, some landlords that may be able to have something available, or anybody out there that may be able to help, that'd be great, because that's, what we're trying to do here. And if we can, get the word out, get the little, get the social media buzz going, let's do that, because it's a great organization with doing great things for people. So I wanted to do that. So anything we could do, let's definitely do it.
Yeah, I agree.
So I appreciate it, man. So, I appreciate you calling in, and I gotta give a couple plumbing tips here. The last few weeks I've been teasing with plumbing information, and I've been running out of time. So
yes,
I percolate all week with all these ideas, and I don't get to throw them out there, which is so I got to kind of give my plumbing tip of the week, because I'm on once a week. So I'm going to give that.
And we look forward to it. We need some plumbing tips, man.
Well, I got to give them. Otherwise, it's kind of, this show is not good. Well, actually, you guys make it good. My plumbing tips are probably, they're relative to what people are going through. So they may be one of those things, take it or leave it. But you're talking about food. You're talking about, entertainment, things that people are going to do over the course of the week and the weekend. And the great people from the Veterans Assistance Commission, they're doing, great things to help out people. I'm just, a plumber that's just keeping water running, and keeping it away if I can.
Well, did you ever live without water or the toilet? It's the worst thing on earth. So I feel that your contribution is just as valid as anybody else's. So
I do my best. Believe me, I do my best. So I appreciate that. Until not next week, but the week after, you have a happy and safe 4th of July. Enjoy yourself, and I know you're going to have a bunch of stuff ready for us when we come back. I am confident of
absolutely.
That. All right, as always, good to talk to you, man. I love having you, and everybody loves hearing from you. And everyone's going to go get some eats now.
Me too.
All right, man. You have a good one.
See ya.
So if you want to reach out to us, as we say goodbye to Tom, if you want to reach out to us at the show, you can reach out to us at area code 708-964-5500. And we will also be sharing information on our Facebook page regarding the Veterans Assistance Commission to try and see what we can do to get the word out for any kind of help that they can that they may need. So I want to get back to my plumbing tip, and I was talking about toilet leaks, and nobody wants to talk about that. It's it's icky, messy, whatever. So, but if you're running into the issue and it's in your wheelhouse and you're going to take it on yourself, I recommend using the wax ring seals rather than any of the newer products that are out. They have their application. I'm going to go to that in a minute. I recommend using the wax rings without the plastic insert, or horns as they were called. The wax rings can, without the plastic, that are just the wax rings, they could be molded around the collar, and you can even, don't be afraid to use 2 of them, and they will give you a nice seal because they'll sit on the collar, and the collar is the flange that's on the floor where the bolts go in. So, and also you want to replace the bolts as well, just so you have you're starting clean and everything is going to be working, so you're not going to have to fight it later on if you have to do anything with rusty bolts. So when you put that on, you use the wax rings, you're good to go. You can tighten it back down, you're set. If the toilet's on the second floor, I would not recommend caulking it, because if you caulk it and there is a leak, that water will just sit there and it may not show itself. It's a minor leak. It'll just linger around. It will stay underneath that toilet, and it will soak into that wood, that subfloor, and it can rot it. And by the time you see anything and you notice any kind of water damage, it's already too late. So Recommend using, wax rings if you have to use a couple of them. Do that. Change the bolts. Don't caulk it. Tighten it down nicely. Don't torque it down too much. You'll break the bowl. And when you're going to use every product has its application. So if you're going to use or have the question when to use the neoprene or that new type of gasket, if you're going to use that, the application in which to use that is when you have a application where you're putting in a toilet or you're or resealing a toilet where the flooring has radiant floor or radiant heat in the floor. Radiant floor. Look at that. If you had a radiant floor, it'd be kind of cool. So if you had radiant heat in the floor, then you would need to use the foam or neoprene type of gasket or ring, because what happens is if you use wax in the wintertime, when those floors heat up, some of them get a bit warm, they melt the wax. When they melt the wax, you get a smell, you get water. So the neoprene or the foam will not melt, and they'll work for that application. So, but plumbing is one of those trades, and actually there's many other ones. You want to use the proper products for the application, the right application. You don't want to use products that aren't designed for that, because, well, you're going to run into some issues. And when you use it right, it lasts longer. The job is done once, and you don't have to do it again. Same thing with any of your appliances. You want to install, put together, and use everything according to manufacturer specifics. This way, everything's going to work safely, properly, and you're good to go with no problems. So keep that in mind on that. And another thing is I touched a little bit about well water, and I'm going to get into more of that on the next week's show. But I wanted to tell people, if you're looking at a house that has well water, do not shy away from it. Do not, basically put it on your no list or check it off. Definitely consider it, because it is something that you definitely, it can be workable. You can do something with the water, and once you have it dialed in and it's working great, you'll love not having a water bill. You'll love being able to use it whenever you want it, and it's just, you can make that water just as good as city water, even better. So it's all in what you want to do it, but getting the information to be able to do it, and getting the right information, so you know exactly what you need to do to get it to its proper state. And plus, you don't have to pay, that huge bill for that liquid gold. I mean, water bills in the area here, people talk about them all the time. They can get up there. They can be absolutely extreme. So having well water is not a bad thing. Now, you're going to hear the horror stories about it destroyed my fixtures, it destroyed my appliances, it destroyed. Yes, they do. It's not a lie. They'll destroy everything if you don't have it dialed in. You don't get the proper treatment, proper water softener. I can't tell you how many times I've been to houses that had water softeners, and they're not programmed. They're not set right. They're not set with the right hardness. First things first, if you have well water or you have hard water, take it in to get tested. Once you get it tested, then you can search a system that you will tell you, or then you know what you're going to pull out of that water. Because if you just go and buy a system and you have no idea what's in the water, you have no idea what you're pulling out. These systems that are out there, they are specific for well water applications or municipal water applications. So getting the right product is key. I've seen people spend a lot of money on products that they didn't research, or they put the cart before the horse, so to speak, and didn't check what their water was or what they were moving, and bought a system just to buy a system, and it doesn't do what it needs to do. And then they're going to get mad at the system and think that it's garbage when in fact the system's doing what it's supposed to do. It's just not right for the application. So the key word on this throughout everything is the application. So again, you can get the water the way you want it, and these systems can get expensive, but you can do some things that aren't really all that expensive that will get you what you want and get it in the desirable water quality. But we're going to talk about that not this week's show, or obviously we're off on Monday, but next week's show. This show will be re-aired, I believe, on Monday because we're off for the 4th of July holiday. And so I want to tell everyone, I will wish everyone a happy and safe 4th of July. Enjoy it. Be safe. And if you need to reach out to us, you can send us a text at area code 708-964-5500. You can also reach us on our Facebook page at Prepare to Repair at Facebook, at Prepare to Repair. Hello. I made a mistake. And you can reach us at preparetorepair.com. That's repair2repair.com. So want to wish everybody again a happy and safe 4th of July. And hopefully you learned a little bit about your home today, community, and got some great ideas and some good eats for the upcoming week. Till next week or following week, we'll see you soon. Thank you for joining us.